Alright everybody, welcome to Voxel Talk, where we have a three-dimensional conversation about you and us. That was horrible.
Okay, we don't need to do an intro. Well, but basically this is our podcast, Voxel Talk, where the subtitle is, it's a three-dimensional conversation. It's very deep. So we'll be talking about movies, video games, comic books, bullshit, and I'm Jamal, and this is Tommy DeYoung.
Hey, so I'm Tommy DeYoung, born and raised in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I met Jamal. We were playing golf together. Good times.
Yeah, we were two black kids playing golf.
Yeah.
So basically our origin started. We met playing golf, and one time I kept on asking him for his fries, because there's a restaurant at the course, and they had fries, and I'm like, hey man, you like Sonic the Hedgehog?
Just so happened I did like Sonic the Hedgehog. And, that was the beginning of a budding friendship, or possibly me just hanging out with a moocher for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and turns out he ended up being a moocher too, so
Yeah.
it really ended up working out.
Worked out, you know. He gave me some fries. I slept over at his house for a couple months. Unexpectedly, everything worked out.
Non-consensually, he just came by the house. We didn't want
I don't
it to
think
happen.
using the word non-consensual and came in the same sentence is good for the podcast, at least not in 2017 standards.
Well, we're just being honest here, and that's an
Maybe
accurate...
unexpectedly came into the house would work better.
I guess this is how we're gonna start it out. But yeah, so ever since then we've been friends, and we've through some hard times. So,
Very hard.
are we gonna keep up with these bad?
It's gonna stay up. But yeah, through some hard times and rough times, that was a Catholic school.
Yeah, hard and
yeah. We're here now, and I'm kicking it here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Shout out, go Griffins. But I moved to Detroit, then I moved to Kalamazoo, got my degree in public relations. A nice $1,000 piece of paper that's landed me in my internship I have today. How about you, Jamal?
Well, I also graduated recently with a PR degree as well. I'm in Philadelphia. Don't have a job. But neither will you in a month.
Yep, that's okay. We're figuring it out. We're young enough. We can be unemployed, and society won't look at us that bad,
Yeah,
right?
we can just go on Reddit and see a bunch of other people who are also depressed.
Also unemployed. Or go on Reddit and see a ton of people that are making like six figures
Yeah,
that didn't go to college and just made friends or something.
yeah.
So anyways, how about we get into the Defenders? That's probably the biggest Marvel
Oh yeah,
thing.
we talk about nerd stuff, like all your other podcasts you listen to. And recently, the Defenders came out, so we watched it. It wasn't that long; there was only 8 episodes. Tommy seemed to like it a little more than me, but I enjoyed it. Just felt like it was a little slow at times.
Really?
yeah.
You felt it was slow?
Yeah.
How did it feel slow, man?
The first 2 episodes, I wanted them to meet earlier. It was cool when they met, but the first few episodes was just like, okay, let's get to the point. Yeah, even though it was 8 episodes and they were shorter seasons, I still felt like it was a little stretched. And I felt like the hand wasn't all that fun at times. But, like, I felt like they could have been a little cooler and more scary, I guess. But yeah.
What I was surprised about was the surprisingly large lack of ninjas in this season.
Yeah,
We just saw like Yakuza level thugs and African warlord people, but no ninjas. Where'd they go?
yeah, I guess they didn't have the ninja budget. I feel like what would make it clear. I just feel like they never had what made Hydra cool, like that big moment where they were revealed they were like half a shield, and that merely made them like a cool villain. You know, they didn't really have like something like that where you're like, oh, these guys are not messing around. Like I guess they made a minor earthquake. You know.
Yeah, and I guess because it was so random and we didn't really know exactly what they did, like we're just like, are they doing some 9/11 shit right now? Are they doing some incident, aka alien invasion level shit right now? Now they just caused an earthquake with what's supposedly probably some Looney Tunes TNT bomb in the center of New York.
Yeah. But I really thought the show picked up when they actually started to meet like all the different defenders, like Luke Cage and all of them, and when that awesome fight scene in the penthouse part of the building.
Oh yeah, the defenders level hallway scene.
Yeah, I feel like my favorite part really was kind of the beginning with Luke Cage and Iron Fist, their team up when the song started. Run the Jewels.
Oh yeah. Run the Jewels makes everything better. That's for sure.
Yeah, and then, like, remember that part where Luke Cage is like defending him, and he's like charging up his fist.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you saw it. I retweeted it on my Twitter at TommyD_VI, by the way, and it was some guy did a Photoshop and he had the Power Man and Iron Fist logo from the comic books, and they put it in there while they were doing that little tag team there, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite ones because it felt like a super comic book boss battle level thing, because he was talking to Alexandra. He was like, you guys can't hide anymore. I'm coming after you. I know who you are. And Alexandra's like, throws the hands up like, we aren't hiding. What did you think this was? We've been waiting for you. Oh.
Yeah.
Gun to his head, like, what up?
They kind of had that cool camera, like, turned thing where they revealed the gun.
Yeah, it jerked around and just like, oh shit, it's about to
I kind of wish they showed more of that inside that room fight, because that's when they cut to, Daredevil and Jessica Jones. And you just saw, but it was cool when you just saw Luke Cage bust through the wall. The one.
I will say that's probably one of my other things. I'm kind of like, while that was definitely really convenient and cool, kind of was wondering how we got up there. A hooded black man isn't going to make it to the penthouse of a big bank going unnoticed compared to Jessica Jones and Daredevil. Which, by the way, Daredevil could have saved himself a lot of time and just taken the elevator like Jessica.
Well, he needs to do parkour and stuff.
He did some hella parkour. Like, I was like, it was probably the one time in the series where I was like, Daredevil did parkour for no reason.
I feel like he does parkour for no reason all the time. Like when Jessica was following him to a back alley, where was he going at that time? He could have just walked home. He didn't need to...
True. Also, that was another thing that I also found odd. Like, wouldn't you be able to hear somebody following you after you were just following them?
But she's a private detective.
And he's a blind ninja.
But plot. Also, does he remember where he throws his cane at every time? Because he just throws it off to the side.
He does throw that off to the side, doesn't he?
It looks cool, like he's about to do some superhero stuff, but he can't see. Is he just gonna like? Was it this alleyway? Also, I still don't understand his powers. Like, how did he hear the piano before? You know that part where?
I think there was a note that was off that should have not been off.
How did he hear? How did he know it was off before he went to the piano?
Oh, I thought they just randomly went to go play the piano.
Oh, so he was just like, I'm gonna go play the piano, and then
like he was just piano, like, oh yeah, or maybe the daughter mentioned like he liked playing piano, or I don't really remember. That was very random. Plus, I don't know when this dude got taught how to play the piano. Considering his dad was a very poor boxer.
Well, he seemed to be like one of those smart kids.
Well, smart as you may, just because you got into medical school doesn't make you a great piano player. I don't see doctors out here doing orchestra recitals and shit, unless they're Asian.
Okay.
Yeah, well, maybe you should stop there. That probably is what you get. But speaking of Asians, like that one guy from the hand, that was Nobu's sensei, he was cool.
Yeah, we still didn't find out what his name was.
I could have done that before,
but yeah. Especially when he jumped down the what was it called?
the sky deck.
Yeah, the sky deck, seemingly without a scrape, just superhero posing.
Yep. I was just like, yep, this shit is gonna get real.
Yeah. Also, wait, what was the significance of that restaurant? Was it just a random restaurant? Did they just
it was a random Chinese restaurant. Which, coincidentally, if you had noticed, like in the neon signs, you know how they were using colors in the first few episodes? Yeah, it had all their colors in the neon sign to kind of signify them coming together, which was kind of cool, I guess, if you look at it.
Artistic symbolism.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And it all sort of shifted. It was a good neon place to get the colors mixing.
Yeah. I also felt like those episodes where they were inside that restaurant were kind of a highlight for me. That's where they all like started interacting with each other, and then Alexander showed up and some fight stuff happened.
I really did like their interactions with each other as well. We get to see those different personalities mixing for the first time and how they come together as a team. A very dysfunctional team, but a team.
Well, that's every Marvel team.
Yeah. And this one's definitely a lot more realistic compared to having a brilliant scientist with a World War II veteran and a Norse god of thunder. So,
when you say it like that, I guess, yeah, you're and a dude who shoots arrows and manages to survive.
Who also is probably the most down-to-earth person on the whole team.
Yeah. But I felt like the funniest aspect of the team was Jessica and how she basically didn't belong in this storyline. And
she was like, I don't know karate. I don't know anything about the hand. I actually was just trying to go drink.
I was just following a case. I didn't ask for any of this. No, we gotta save the world. We gotta save the No. I just want to get a paycheck.
Yeah, and it was at that moment that I was kind of like, what if she just decided not to take that call? Like, well, they still probably would have been able to get through this, I think.
Yeah.
Did she really have that much of an impact? Besides, like, I don't know. I guess the biggest thing was figuring out where the bomb was, or where the wall was. But
wait, the wall?
Yeah, remember that Iron Fist punch that they made it seem like Iron Fist had capabilities of like Doctor Strange level mysticism, but then it just turned out they just needed him to punch a wall.
Yeah.
I'm really mad that like over the course of Iron Fist and the Defenders, they hinted to something a lot more significant and greater than it actually was.
Yeah. Wait, what did they hint at in Defenders? I mean, Iron Fist?
They just talked about, like, you don't know what the Iron Fist truly is capable of. The monks haven't told you, have they? Shit like that. Shit that a lot of the dialogue with Iron Fist and dialogue between the Iron Fist and the Hand was very rehashed from his actual show.
Which I didn't watch.
Yeah.
Because I like
it. It's okay, a lot of people didn't.
Also, I feel like the Iron Fist, the actual Iron Fist, was kind of underpowered. Because, like, I didn't read much Iron Fist things, but I know that it's pretty strong in the comics. Like, he knocked down a SHIELD helicarrier with his fist. And this one, he can make some guys fly back a bit.
Well, honestly, I mean, I think it's another way to kind of just bring it down to earth and make it a bit more realistic.
Yeah,
but I mean, he did do some crazy Iron Fist stuff in his show that He kind of sort of did in the Defenders as well. Like, he punched a semi truck
But Luke Cage can
door.
do that.
He can too. Luke Cage also, he kind of took an L this season. He was getting his ass handed to him like every episode.
Yeah. They seem kind of inconsistent with how much damage he takes. Like sometimes he can take like a glass bottle to the head or a car to the face and just stand there. But other times it seems like a kick can knock him down to his feet.
My biggest thing, yeah, because when he was fighting Iron Fist was throwing hella punches and kicks. Did
Yeah.
nothing. He fought against Sawande and Elektra. Probably got Sawande's name messed up. And Elektra, and he was getting like flipped over, dropped back to back to back, and I'm just like,
How hard was What did Electra kick him or like punch him or something that he knocked out? Like when he hit his head on the ground, like like that had to be a pretty hard.
did he get knocked out by Elektra?
Yeah, I think so. Like near the end.
Oh, are you talking about when she kidnapped Iron Fist?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I think Styx drugs also played a big factor into that.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was pretty clever how they did that, like a way to knock out Luke Cage. I guess like to affect him with the drugs.
Hmm.
Like, because remember in Luke Cage they were talking about all the ways you can like deal with him without shooting at him, because that only works I guess if you have special bullets,
Drills.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, oh, you can drown him, you could poison him. So it was cool to see like someone being strategic about it.
Yeah. And I think moving forward into season 2, Luke Cage, we'll see a lot more of those creative ways, unless they bring back Diamondback, which is pretty likely at this point. Hopefully they fix the character, but
I don't think they'll bring him back. I don't.
they'll definitely bring him back.
But
At least
why?
for one, he didn't die, and they hinted to him coming back, so he'll come back for an episode. Like remember Chuck when they brought back.
Are we gonna really reference Chuck?
It's
No
just
one
real
watched
noticeable. Anyways, with Chuck, there was this one guy. Was it Siler?
What?
Siler?
Shaw.
Wait, Shaw, main antagonist, super badass. Then he gets brought back like
Every
a couple
season.
seasons later for one episode, and he's just getting his ass handed to him. So he's just there to be like, "Oh, I'm Diamondback. What's up?" Punch. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see any more of the Hand after this season?
I don't know. I feel like they played their hand with the Hand already. Like I feel like we've seen enough of them. Like I wouldn't mind if we don't, but we're not really sure if everyone's dead or not. Like Madame Gao is.
Yeah, I think my biggest gripe was just that I was down with some fingers of the Hand being killed off, but at the same time, I was really looking forward to Elektra just taking over the Hand and just moving them into her direction, which is possibly not really focused on immortality, but more so focused on power.
Yeah. If Elektra comes back, do you think she'll be doing hand stuff? That was a funny sentence, but you know what I mean.
I mean, with Alexandra dead, that was her biggest supporter. So the only reason she would be doing hand stuff would be to take over the organization.
She may be doing hand stuff with Daredevil, but
oh yeah, definitely some hand stuff there. I don't know. Daredevil season 3 is going to focus a lot more on Matt taking probably Daredevil in a different direction, reconnecting with Foggy and what's her name, Catherine, Caitlin, Karen, some generic white name. And then maybe looking for Elektra. Elektra will probably just go through this "I don't want to be found" thing. And
you mean like some Winter Soldier thing?
Yeah, pretty much. Hulk and Black Widow, but in reverse.
Yeah, I don't know how much like how much they can like redeem Elektra as a character, because she seems to just be like, I embrace being bad, and I don't know if she's like really can ever like turn to like a good guy. Oh yeah, we'll just forgive you for.
She's on the same level as Punisher being an anti-hero.
Yeah.
They got to get her to a point where she can figure out what the fuck she wants to do with her life.
Now that she said that, I kind of want her to show up in Punisher. Maybe not like this season, the first season, but I feel like they would make a cool team up thing.
I don't know about team up, but definitely a really cool like fight.
Yeah.
Like she comes across some hand shit. Like Punisher comes across some hand shit. Elektra happens to be there. Punisher is like, "Yo, not in my neighborhood." Comes in with two. Yeah, comes in with two AKs. Blah 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 blah. And then yeah. Like that.
But realistically, I doubt she's going to show up in any Punisher thing.
Cool. And
what was that? What are you looking at?
Text me.
Is that your roommate?
No, don't worry about it. Anyways. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Punisher, really gonna be a good show. I'm actually really excited for it. And it's coming out in 2017. I'm gonna assume October, around Halloween time maybe?
I think November.
November too. The only reason I wasn't 100% sure about November was I don't know if they give a fuck about Thor coming out that same month.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think that'll affect it. What day is Thor coming out? Like late November? I'm gonna say
I'm not sure.
Punisher's gonna come out early November, and Thor's gonna come out wherever that is.
I can look it up real quick, but it'll be. It's Let's see, it's right over there. Either or. November, yeah, it's a good month. Good month to binge.
And after that, what's like the next show that's up on the schedule, you think? Is it Jessica Jones? Because they already showed a photo from the set. And
the only shows I've heard from is pretty much Iron Fist and Punisher. More, of course, Punisher is definitely a hell of a lot more long.
Yeah.
Iron Fist probably. Luke Cage definitely.
Yeah.
Daredevil, I feel like they probably just haven't really started on too much.
Yeah, I think Daredevil's. I think I heard it's filming like either at the end of this year or early next year, around then. So,
yeah, Daredevil should probably be coming. Season 3 should be coming around this time next year, I would say.
I'd say it'll be coming out when, like, a year after the Punisher comes out, like in November, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think. But I expect Jessica Jones sometime earlier, like maybe summer or spring next year. Because they showed a photo and Kilgrave is going to be in it. I don't know if he's going to be a flashback or somehow back from the dead. But
hopefully not back from the dead. I don't really want to deal with another season of Kilgrave.
I really like Kilgrave. I thought he was like one of the better villains they've had.
True, compared to Luke Cage and Iron Fist, yeah.
I say he's up there with Kingpin, but I don't know how much they can stretch out his like story with Jessica Jones, because they seem to, stretch it out enough in the first season.
Yeah, because I personally think Jessica Jones could have been like an episode or two shorter as well. Yeah. So yeah, do you think Punisher will be in season 2 of the Defenders? Do you think we will get a Defenders season 2?
Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't. But I don't know if Punisher will be in it. I don't know if he really fits. Like, do you think he would be in it or team up for a second, or what do you think would be?
I don't think it would be a focus, but I feel like, like how the Avengers, like, the more movies they have, the more they kind of sort of expand it.
Yeah.
The superheroes that are in it, for example, Civil War, of course. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to get some Civil War level Defender shit, but I could see Punisher coming in. I just don't think they had him come in this time because
Yeah, he has his own season, and
yeah,
they have to set up. They have to.
and they weren't focused on Punisher.
Yeah.
Like they weren't even going to give this dude his own show until season 2 came out, and he had that prison fight scene, and that's when people were like, "We want to see more Punisher."
Yeah. But what do you think Iron Fist next season is going to be like? Because like the first season, I know it was all about the hand and stuff. But what direction do you think they're going to go in? Since we've
it's gonna go in with some power struggle or some issues with his company, of course. Hopefully, not too much of a focus. Going down to street level, him and Colleen fighting some street level bad guy. His buddy that was in the first season, I forgot his name, but he was like the anti-Iron Fist. He was like the hand version of the Iron Fist. He's going to come back probably with some powers to counter the Iron Fist and his powers.
What do you think, like, his goal or whatever is going to be? Like, what's his purpose? What's going on with Kunlun, I guess?
Nothing's going to go on with Kunlun. Kunlun's, like, done.
Yeah.
Not to rhyme, but Kunlun's done. He might feel some guilt over it. But yeah, he's finding a new purpose. He's probably going to hit some Oliver Queen level stuff and just start using his company to help.
Up poor people.
Yeah. So I'll probably just focus on that, and that's the direction I'm seeing it go at the moment.
Okay.
So there's that. Daredevil, we talked about that. Jessica Jones. I'm just wondering if there's any other street level superheroes they're going to be able to bring in.
There's Moon Knight.
Yeah, always Moon Knight. Good one.
Maybe Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider could show up, though I doubt it. He doesn't really fit their.
I think it's too late for Ghost Rider to show up, mainly because he's already been a big focus on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Not that I know what's going on over there. I just feel like they might just. They're doing a lot of new shows and new movies, but they're not doing the DC thing where they're reusing them at the same time, or at least other than Spider-Man. They're kind of like spreading them apart as to how much times they use a particular hero. Like Punisher, they waited like 6-7 years before they did another Punisher thing in the TV show.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't think Ghost Rider is going to show up, but it's a character.
Moon Knight definitely, for sure, I could see.
But who else is there? Is there really much street level?
Misty Stone should be doing something with her crazy arm she's going to get from Iron Fist.
How do you think that's going to be? Like, do you think the arm's going to be like a legit cyborg thing, or?
I think it'll just be a regular arm that may or may not have some Fallout gimmicks with it or something. But it's not going to be like some super powerful cyborg beam blasting.
Like Iron it just transforms into a gun? None of that?
No, it'll be a regular ass arm. It just might be able to use it for power, like kind of like how Luke Cage sometimes uses his super strength,
like a punch thing.
Yeah.
She's gonna have her own Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he'll be like Luke Cage's Colleen in terms of like sidekick team up sort of things. Even though Misty doesn't like that sidekick level stuff. So
yeah.
I really would
down
love
a bit.
Oh hell no, she's gonna be smart ass as ever. Definitely one of the best characters on the show for sure. So I'm looking forward to what she's got going on. I could see her role being bumped up a little bit more. Rosario Dawson, she could probably be toned down a little bit less.
What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like she served her purpose now in regards to like meeting everybody, fucking half the guys, and
yeah, but he. Well, she's still with like Luke Cage. So I think they're going to have their romance plot in the second season of Luke Cage.
Yeah, for sure. I just don't want it to be a big focus where it's detracting from the superhero show.
I guess. But she also does her own superhero-y stuff. She's still like, night nurse and healing people. And,
yeah, she needs to hurry up and embrace that title.
I'm pretty sure they just gave enough hints for you to be like, you get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she'll be like an active, like, helper or whatever. Because she's always been like, a part of the team to like helping everyone to some extent.
Do you think we'll get a movie? Or
what
not?
do you mean?
Or actually, let me rephrase that. Do you think we'll get a video game about the Defenders?
No.
No?
I expect a Avengers one first. Actually, there's like an Avengers game scheduled.
Oh, really? Is it based off the MCU?
No. But I know it's like a Square Enix thing, but we haven't seen anything about it.
Daredevil actually is a game that I would love to come out.
Yeah, that would be cool.
He's got enough going on.
I don't know. Well, you're blind. Is it just going to be a sonar sense? I don't know. Or
First person Daredevil. Just like cover your eyes. It's all black. Pow pow. Yeah.
Real clever there. But yeah. What
it could be a game where you literally have to put headphones in and figure out what to do and where to go.
Yeah. That's like, it's a non-visual video game. You just listen to oh, that's a wall.
Probably a good wrap up of Defenders and where we're gonna be start seeing it going forward. So I think that's a pretty good talk for our first episode.
Yeah.
I think we analyzed that pretty well.
Yeah, we did about 30 minutes talking about Defenders and ourselves a bit. So
definitely.
We'll be doing this every week, talking about some other nerd garbage. It's basically just going to be us, how we are on the phone. But
except a lot less toned down for sure. And we're going to make sure to wear shirts, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part. Maybe have a special.
We should be talking about, I guess, what our whole thing is, Voxel Spot. So yeah, we're gonna have this website, Voxel Spot, and you can YouTube channel, and we're gonna have videos and articles about, culture and stuff.
Nerd culture, nerd philosophy.
And we're gonna we have the Spider-Man audio drama that I.
Oh yeah, that's definitely something we gotta. If you can, I would definitely love to hear some more of those because those are definitely really cool. That
costs money. Maybe when I get a job.
So maybe if y'all donate, maybe a little too early. But yeah, definitely subscribe to the podcast. We're on Apple Store. So
we're on Voxel Talk. Pretty sure most podcast services.
Yeah, SoundCloud for sure. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you can, shoot us a comment or something. Send us a message. That way,
some reviews maybe.
Yeah, give us some feedback. That way, we can be a better podcast for you all. See what you all want to hear. See what we're not talking about. See the shit you don't want to hear, and it'll just be a better podcast moving forward.
This is episode 1. This is the pilot. I think we did pretty good, but yeah. So we'll see you guys next time.
Later.